In chapter 2, we'll talk about what you see is not what you get. There's more to it, right? And we said to have true performance, you must have a vision for it. If you don't have a vision for what you're looking for, there's nothing calling you. And again, it's what we say, right? If there's no goalposts, you don't know when you score. You must have a goalpost. What am I aiming for? Where am I going? Who do I want to be? What do I want to look like? What do I want to have? Right? That must call you every day, every second of your life. You must know what you are building. Don't let the punches be wasted. Don't let the exertion be a waste. Let everything contribute to the life you are building. That person you want to be when you are on your dying bed, when you're about to exit, the legacy you want to leave behind, the things you want to have done. That is the life you are supposed to be building. What every day should be a contribution to getting there. You don't dissipate energy. Don't punch mere hair. Punch things that take you home. Home, 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 home. The legacy you want to build, the person you want to be, the accomplishment you want to have, the lives you want to have affected and affected, right? Those are the things that should drive you. You must have a vision for them and believe around that vision. That is where you get the confidence for life. That's when you live a life, a life that is from above, a life that is fulfilled, a life that is fulfilling, right? So you must have a vision and you must believe it is possible, right? You must have a hunger for it and you must have a potential for it, right? You must have a potential for it. And if you don't have a potential, you must be able to hire people that do, and you then must be able to manage them, right? You, you must have a structured practice for it also, right? Whatever you have, you must have a way of building it, getting it better, sharpening it, building fluency in it, right? Is that enough to have to be a soccer star? You have to keep the heart flowing, become better, learn new ways, learn new tricks, and become better, fluent at those things. All right, that's critical. So, um, there are no natural heart surgeons, just as there are no natural anything, right? Everything needs to be learned. Everything you need a teacher, you need a master to teach you in the area that you are in. We came into farming, like we said, we knew nothing. We were cropping the locals breeds and we're making no money. We crop and we go sell, we go sell at giveaway prices in the local market, right? Until we discovered that we needed to be selling beyond the local market. We needed to go sell where the money is, find the product also that those people need and want, and bring that product to the market to get the reward for our labor. Otherwise, we're walking like elephant and eating like ants or rats, right? So there are no natural anything, but you have to learn. Any trade that you come into, you need to find the masters in that trade and learn. It's not always visible what they do or how they do it. But if you find yourself there, you need to get yourself, under the tutelage of a master in that field, those that have done it successfully, profitably before you got there, and be willing to listen and learn from them, right? So everything comes by focus and practice, right? So the more you do, the better you are at what you do, right? So practice makes permanence and improvement. Practice gives you an entrance and a foot, a ground in whatever it is that you're practicing, right? It gives you a place, there. And no one is going to invite you to the table of high performance. No one's going to invite you. Everybody wants to have everything to themselves. You lay hold of it by practice and sacrifice. The more you practice, the more you get fluent at it. Practice, you get fluent at it. Practice, you get fluent at it. And automatically the table will make space for you, right? They don't give it because it's your name, because you asked for it. They give you a place at the table by becoming someone worthy of the table. And you become someone worthy of the table by exercising yourself, building yourself up, right? That's important. So no one is going to invite you to the table. High performance the table of high performance, you lay hold of it by practice and sacrifice, right? So the gap between good and great turns out to be huge. There's a gap between just being good at something and being great at that thing. And it's a big difference, right? It's a big difference between just being good and to be great. Good is often the enemy of the great, right? Because you're good at something, then you say, I'm enough, oh, I'm okay. I'm okay. You will not differentiate yourself. You will not bubble up and you will not then make the money. You will not get the reward for your labor. Whatsoever you're in, you need to be good at it. You need to be sought for. You need to be sought for. Emerson tells us the law of compensation. A corollary of that law states that what you are paid is a function of how difficult it is to do what you do. What you are paid is a correlation with how difficult it is to do what you do or not. Second, it is then the ease or difficulty of replacing you. How easy is it to replace you? Is there something unique about you that is difficult to find someone that can do it the same way that you do it? That determines your pay. That determines your pay, right? It's called the law of compensation, right? So studies show that that performance boils down to ability to keep one's emotions in check and act responsibly related to risk, right? That's important and personal for me, right? Uh, if you don't know how to check your emotions, you don't have to regulate yourself, you're going to have problems with performance because you're going to have issues with working with people. And this typically comes up with people who have intelligence. They get to carry away with their intelligence and think that no other person can do what they can do. Right. So you have to learn to work with people. If you're going to, a good percentage of how we succeed has to do with ability to work with people, right? It might not be your cup of tea. You might be an introvert or whatever, but you need to learn. And doesn't mean that you go all out, but at least take one step in that direction, right? Take one step after another. Take one step, get comfortable, take one step, right? Because you need it to make it in life. You need it to be successful in life, right? It's important if you want to be successful in life to do that.